What's up guys? Kantstandlam Garage back with another video. I wanted to make this video before this year was over because I wanted to go ahead and just say thank you. Thank you for all of my subscribers, thank you for all of my fans and people who actually come back every single day or every time I upload a video to watch my videos. I really appreciate that so much, and you guys have no idea how thankful I am to have you guys. Now, I started this channel in the intent of just educating new and old ISF owners about our cars, or these cars in general, because many of you guys know, before I even made Kantstandlam Garage, you can search YouTube all day, you can search the forum all day. It's a lot of one-sided information. Not a lot of people are given visual things for you to look at or to kind of like guide you when it comes to modifying the car, repairing something small, or just general information. All we get was how fast the car was, 416 horsepower, came in blue, came in white, whatever the hell. Like stuff like that is cool and technical, but for someone like me who enjoys the car scene, didn't really care for all the technical specifications. I wanted to know, okay, what kind of problems I go into, how to do the brake pads, how to paint the brakes, how to put springs on, how to put coilovers on, cleaning the interior, what to expect. So when I bought the car last year in March, there was nothing, and years ago I actually started making YouTube videos when I was younger on shoe reviews, and I was using my professional camera, learning how to navigate YouTube and things like that. It's just I would never thought of doing that with the cars. I'm 27 today, but I started my whole entire car hobby, car career, whatever you want to call it, back when I was 16, 17 years old. So a whole decade ago, I could have started YouTube, showing you guys what I did throughout the years and all the cars I've owned, and this would have been successful. But, what really made me tick, what really gave me the motivation was when I did my full research on buying an ISF at the beginning of 2016, there was nothing. I mean, I know how much horsepower it has. I know it's rear-wheel drive. I know there's Torsen LSDs, I know that the new headlights are upgraded. All this stuff that, is just basic information that you can physically see. But, I just want to know more of the problematic side of the ISF. So I went ahead and made a channel, and I made it Kantstandlam Garage. Now, my username, Kantstandlam, I've used that screen name since I was 16 years old. Back when I had Zynga, back when I had MySpace, just a young kid just putting stupid ass screen names up. But I kept it. I kept true to it, and I became Kantstandlam. Now, my name is spelt like lamb, but it's pronounced Lum, L-U-M. I'm Vietnamese. That's my ethnicity. But it just made things a lot easier in America to, be called Lamb. It just made it a lot easier. Anyways, I had Kantstandlam on YouTube, and that was my shoe review channel. And you guys can check it out if you want. It's very embarrassing. I'm not that expressive, very shy. But now I made Kantstandlam Garage because most of the stuff I do is by myself. I sit in the garage and I experiment, I do things, or I do it at my job when I have the freedom to do so. So I built this channel. I made this channel last year with, let's say 6 months in, I had like 50 subscribers. Not much, but enough for me to appreciate that you guys came back and watched my videos. And it gave me a sense of like heartwarming feeling, knowing that people out there in this whole entire world, this whole planet Earth, is actually watching my videos. So I wanted to cater to that. And of course, you guys came on my journey, like from the minute, not even the minute, like the same month I bought the car to when I lowered it, upgraded the headlights, all the bolt-ons and whatnot. The only thing I do regret is that I didn't start sooner. So let's go backtrack years down the road and start with the first car I had. So actually, when I first got my first car, I was 16, 17. My brother had an Acura Integra. It was a 94 LS, a beautiful white car. He got in trouble with the police, got pulled over. My mom and dad got furious with him, and they actually gave me that car because out of discipline, they took the car away from my brother. So he was furious about that, but I was also like filled with joy because I got myself an Acura Integra. So that was my first car. I had that car maybe a few months to a year, and I got in an accident. It wasn't my fault. I was actually sandwiched in between 5 cars. So front end and rear end of that car was done. So it was totaled right off the bat, and I was very sad because when you're young, you love your first car. So at that time, my brother actually had an EG hatchback that he purchased that he was actually repainting and doing all this stuff for. But he realized that was unfortunate to lose my Integra, so he went ahead and gave me the keys to that car. So that was twice that I had 2 cars from him, and I was very thankful for that. I had the EG hatch, it was a single cam DX, loved it to death. It was small, good on gas, nimble, easy to drive, easy to mod, just really pleasing at the time. I was a Honda boy. I love Hondas. And one day the engine was running kind of iffy, and I bought an LS swap for it. I was going to swap an LS motor into it, but then I backfired and said, you know what, this isn't the key. The key for me is just, I need to buy my own car. So I worked my ass off, I saved, and eventually the EG hatchback was sold. I sold it for really cheap back then, and I bought myself a 2000 Integra GSR. Original, purple, everything. Like, I drove distance for that car. So I had it throughout the years. I lowered it on some work CR Kais back then. They were 17s, crazy big. But after that, I sold those wheels, and I did a JDM conversion on this car, because anyone that has an Integra loves JDM conversions. So I put the Japanese front on the car. I went ahead and bought some BBSs and rebuilt them, from scratch. And I really wish I could just record all these things and put on YouTube back then when I could. But I just had no idea that Kantstandlam Garage would have been the name. I'm shy. I'm afraid of opinions and things like that. It's just when you're young, you don't want to get embarrassed. So I went ahead and did that, and eventually I rebuilt the BBSs like 3 times. I had it white, I had it teal. Back then, stance was like what's in. So I had a JDM front Integra on BBSs. I sold that Integra after I bought a white TSX for myself. Now, I bought the TSX because I loved the way it looked, and I just wanted to try, mod that car. It's just, the styling was amazing. So I sold my Integra, which I regret fully, but now I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't have an ISF today. Anyway, I bought the TSX, first time financing a car, because it was a lot of money back then. I modified the shit out of it, put a lot of bolt-ons on, made it look like a race car, and went through a lot of wheels. It was a really good car in general. I had like 400 miles per tank. It was a great car, but eventually I was like, man, I have the look. It looks aggressive. I keep changing the wheels to kind of make myself happier, but I wasn't happy. So the problem was it was too slow, and I eventually got rid of it. But in between that, having the Acura TSX, I actually bought a 1976 Toyota Celica, and that car was also one of my favorite cars. I wanted to restore it. I wanted to get on the road. I wanted to do fender flares, lower it, get the smiley chrome bumpers from Japan, fender mirrors and all. But eventually I lost interest because I bought myself an ISF, and I wanted to fund that car more because, I mean, come on. Our cars are amazing, and who wouldn't want coilovers? Who wouldn't want lip kit? Who wouldn't want, wheels and brakes and tires? So I ended up selling that car shortly after I sold my Acura TSX, and now this is the only car I have that I drive. But only till recently, after I made Kantstandlam Garage, I decided to buy a daily driver because I didn't want to put more miles on my car. So I went ahead and bought a Scion XB, as you can see in the back of this video, and I just started modifying that car. But that's the story of all the cars I've owned, I think. But there's gonna be more in the future. But anyway, Kantstandlam Garage came out because I was sick and tired of looking up things for the ISF and couldn't find anything on YouTube, because I am a visual learner and I just can't read forum shit and grasp it at all. So I went ahead and did that. So once I started the channel, I made a few videos and I kind of lost interest. But soon enough, I made a stupid ass video about Pokemon Go and driving it in the ISF, and instantly lost interest in Pokemon Go and loved making YouTube videos again. And I was like, wow, that actually sparked my interest again. And I don't think it was the aspect of the car. I don't think it was the aspect of Pokemon. It was the aspect of shooting, sitting down, editing, and uploading your work of art, you know, the time that you spent and putting on YouTube and people actually watching it. And that's what really made me blow up in the past, 6 months. So as you can see, I've just went crazy. I've been posting videos like on the daily. So Kantstandlam Garage came from, way back from my roots from the car scene to, my creative curiosity aspect of filmmaking. So as much as I love to do DIY videos, I just don't think that having DIY content every week would be sufficient, because eventually that's all I'm gonna be, a do-it-yourself for the Lexus. But that's such a single targeted car or interest in the community that I want to target the general population. That's why I've integrated my XB into it. For those who are interested, who owns a Scion XB can see my build thread on that. I also have my brother Z in the back, as you can see there. I want to work on that car and show you guys and all the Z owners what we are what we are capable of doing. Like, I just don't have all the money there like most people do. I still pay my rent, I still pay my car payments, I still pay student loans, I still work full time. So it's tough. But I'm hoping 2017 can be a lot better. I'm hoping to bring more vlogs, and I hope you guys can enjoy the vlogs as well, because that's what I'm trying to lead this channel into. I'm still going to make the DIY videos, but it's going to be mainly vlogging to, fill in the content. But there's only so much I can do to the Lexus ISF that you guys don't already know. But I do have a lot of videos and content that I had here for over a year now that you guys can view and relate to. But don't think that I'm dropping it completely. I just want to expand the vlog aspect of this channel. I do appreciate that 840 of you are still coming back and watching my videos. I know this video has been very long, but I just wanted to explain how Kantstandlam came to be. Now, I don't know how long this channel will go for. I don't know how much it'll expand, but it doesn't matter, because I still do it because I love it. I love filmmaking. I love editing. I love sitting here and seeing the comments and all the people who actually enjoy watching it, and getting feedback from my friends at work, and people on the street that might say, hey, I seen you on the road, like, I really appreciate your videos, I like it. Or even people on Instagram hitting me up, saying that they love my videos, they watch it every day, they look forward to the next one. So as you can see, I'm putting out a lot of content because I want you guys to feel like, I listen, I care. And I really do. I really enjoy what I do. I'm passionate about it. Most of my friends and most of the people I know think this is stupid. But in all honesty, going to drink beer every weekend, or even in general just building a car for someone's approval, it's just not my thing. And that's kind of how South Florida is. People just tend to spend all their time and money into making this car like oh wow, look at that, it's a Stance Nation car or Camera Gang car, which I don't have interest in that. My interest is just the filmmaking aspect, the vlogging aspect, and being way more interpersonal and very personal with some of you guys on a social aspect or level. So I really hope you guys enjoy my videos and content. I know there's been more vlogs than DIY videos, but don't worry, I'm gonna have a lot more coming in 2017. I hope you guys stick around for that. But like I said, Kantstandlam Garage will not exist without you guys. So the more you guys come back and watch my videos and give me ideas and just support me fully, I can make more videos, I can generate more content. Of course, time is always a big factor, and I never have enough time apparently. So lots of things coming 2017. I hope you guys stick around. I know it's been a long video, very, very long, and the video quality right now is getting like shit because it's nighttime. But anyway, this is me. This is Kantstandlam Garage. Alright? Me personally, my name is Lum Lee, but you can call me Lamb. It's alright. I won't take offense to it. But I do appreciate that you guys come and watch every day. And if you reach this far, just know that I have you guys on my mind, and I hope to make more videos, more interesting videos for you guys. And yeah, I've been saying the same shit over and over again, haven't I? Alright, so until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment if you want to see different contents or what you want to see later on in 2017. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And then again, I'll see you on the next one.